Hey guys, how's it going? Happy Saturday. And here's what I'm doing. I'm having another, look at this big monster. You guys haven't seen this cup in a while. I got this a long time ago. Oh, there's coffee on the outside. I don't normally lick my coffee cup, but you also know how anal I am about being neat and clean. There was like a little drop here. So there's no way I could do a vlog with you guys. And having those drips of coffee there. Where did I get these cups? I don't remember. Maybe my mama got them for me. But anyway, cheers to you. I'm enjoying my Starbucks French roast. I have a couple of exciting, fun things. Well, I think they're exciting. You might be like, wow, Kelly, that's like watching wallpaper dry. Someone just texted me. Anyway, a couple of things going on. I am sore all over, and I'm excited about it. It could be misinterpreted, but I didn't mean it that way. I don't know what she just said. I'm going to have to get back to you, Connie. Oh, Connie. I'm going to write her. See, and now she's going to watch this vlog and go, oh, Connie, I'm vlogging about you right now. I asked, sorry. Whoops, I said blogging and I meant vlogging. So kind of you can watch this later and be like, wow, she was talking to me at the same time she was doing this. And now the people that are watching are like, seriously? Seriously? Hello? I'm trying to see some Ramble-on-a-thon from Alexa, and that was actually, you know, somewhat focused on one thing at a time. Anyway, it is it's almost 10 o'clock on Saturday morning, and I did not get up till 9. Why did I not get up till 9? Because Danielle is in town. She just got in last night from Vegas. Now, those of you that haven't met Danielle, you might have seen some of the videos we did together when I was out in Vegas. She lives in Vegas, but she is my business partner at Fitfluential. She handles all of our ambassadors, their onboarding process, among other things, and also pretty much in general, keeping me sane. Oh, I thought there was a stain on this thing I'm going to show you. I was very upset. Everything has to be perfect. Mr. Flo? Sorry about the lighting. You can't see as much here. Wait. I still don't know. See? Oh, wow, the lighting looks funny. I look like I have no biceps on this side. See how it looks different? Anyway. I went to hot yoga yesterday. Felt great. So overall this week, this was my week. Remember last week I said, oh, you guys, I'm so stressed. I realized that for a month, yada, yada, yada. And then, sure enough, this week I worked out on Monday, and then 2 or 3 things happened, whatever it was, on I think Wednesday and Thursday. I'm not quite sure what days it was, but all that to say, I didn't work out. So I've worked out a total, today's Saturday, so I'll have 4. I have 4 workouts this week instead of 6. And I just started to realize as I headed into this week, you know, I had the best of intentions, but the best of intentions don't mean much if you don't find a way to make them happen. And I kept thinking about this whole, I know I've talked about this before, and some of you guys say, I don't know how you stick with it, you know, blah, blah, blah. The number one question I get asked a lot is, you know, how do you stay motivated? How do you keep doing it? You know, sometimes some people have asked me, you know, I get frustrated when I haven't reached my goals in a long time. How do you keep doing it and not being like, well, let's just throw in the towel? Don't kid yourself, you guys. I've definitely had those thoughts, okay? This whole like perimenopause thing changed my body in such a drastic way. You have no idea. I mean, and some of you have asked, like, what were the warning signs? Sorry, guys, this might bore you for 2 minutes. The first thing that happened to me was my body temperature changed. I was hot all the time. I've always had that high, like a higher body temperature where when most people are like jacking up the heat in their cars, I have it cooler, but now it's like I had to give away all of my sweaters to my sister. She was like, score, because I can't wear heavy sweaters. I don't tend to wear long sleeve tops. I mean, even in the winter, like I'll wear a sweater over this, like a cardigan or something, but everything's over a tank top because welcome to Aunt Perry hanging around with me all the time. I'm hot, and if I get like I don't know if you'd call it like a hot flash, I just feel like it's almost like someone's turned a switch on and I'm just hot. And happened last night when Danielle showed up. Well, that's because she's so sexy. But anyway, that was the first thing that happened. And so I had used Secret deodorant all of my life. And then I was seeing my dermatologist because all of a sudden my deodorant wasn't working. I wasn't like smelly, but all of a sudden I could like, I'd be out and about and I could feel sweat underneath my armpits for the first time ever in my whole life. And that was really gross. So we were actually talking about this last night. I asked my dermatologist about doing, I guess they could put Botox in your underarms to stop you from sweating. And he's like, let me save you the thousands of dollars that you're thinking about and just get Certain Dry. So for those of you that have been asking me about that, there is a deodorant for men and women actually. You get it at Walgreens or CVS or something like that. Certain Dry, so Certain and then dash DRI. Great stuff. The second thing that happened was, of course, I was working out with my trainer, and I was, during my divorce, I had lost a lot of weight and not in the good way, so I had shrunk down to like a B cup. A B cup. I'd never been a B cup bra my whole life. So my boobs had shrunk, and then all of a sudden I went back to a C cup and then back to a D cup. So boobs got bigger, they were sore, it was like I was pregnant. That's how they felt. Not that I've been pregnant, but they felt like, I was like, am I having a child? And then I realized that would have to be immaculate conception, so we knew that wasn't going on. But then, you know, I just gained weight, and it happened very fast. It happened in a different area than I've ever gained weight before, yada, yada, yada. So all that to say, I've been really, this has been, you know, 2 years of me psycho dieting. You guys know I always refer to it, you know, because I just was freaked out about everything. And I think it's understandable, but the bottom line is I've always had it in me. We all do. We all have it in us to put all the pieces together and make something fit for us as far as, you know, a diet, a way of eating that we need to eat in order to lose weight, and the amount or the right kind of workout for us that fits into our life. And, you know, the bottom line is I have no one to blame but myself if I have yet to do that. And so you can have the best of intentions. You know, I've been fitness blogging, having a fitness blog since 2007, and here it is 2011, 4 years later, and I still am saying, you know, in a different place. You know, I hadn't hit perimenopause yet when I first started blogging, but, you know, here it is 2011, and I'm talking to you guys about, you know, still wanting to lose 20 pounds by the end of this year. It took me a lot of dealing with just mental baggage to be able to, oh, there's that frickin' dog, to be able to go about this the right way, and to not like, you know, I told you guys, I'd gotten to the point when I was dieting so crazy and it was just one extreme or the other. I was either on a real high and working out really hard and everything was great and everything was perfect, and then I'd get all upset and I'd be down low, and then I would go get something really bad to eat and I'd eat at Burger King for a day and I'd start over. And I did that, you guys, for like the better part of 2 years. And then I would get embarrassed. Like, I didn't want to tell my bloggers. I didn't want to tell people I was doing that. And I was embarrassed. And so then I'd try even harder, and I'd deny myself even more. And then that wouldn't work, and I'd crash even more. So finally this year was when I told you, you know, I started to just make peace with food and allow myself to eat whatever I want, and allow myself to stop thinking that, like, food is the enemy. Food is not the enemy. It's just, we all have to figure out what works for us. But what I kept thinking about this past week was this concept of, like, whatever, there's a saying that says what you resist persists, and sometimes that can be like a lesson that you have to learn or whatever. But I also, there's a different way of, this is not a saying, but it's something in my head. Whatever you're, it's kind of like my friend Kelly, when she was talking to me, I said this in my foot video that I just did. When we were down in Miami, she said, your body is naturally, especially in yoga poses, but it's kind of true in life, your body is naturally going to try to take the easy way out. You know, when I stand, I showed you guys in that tippy toes video, right? When I stand, my body tends to, you know, lean over on the sides of my feet because it's easier to stand that way. It's harder. So right now, if I'm leaning over that way, it's, you know, it's not harder for me to take my feet instead of standing like this and put them like this and stand straight, you know, put your shoulders back. I mean, these are all the things that yoga teaches you. But your body is going to tend to go to whatever way is easiest. It's kind of like when you're working out in the gym, right? And you're doing something really hard, and if you're not working out with the trainer, this is what I learned about working with a trainer. It's like there's something to be said about having someone stand behind you and you're on 12 reps and it's so tough and you don't want to go, so you just give up and you're like, I've just done 12. A trainer's going to make you do 15, and those extra 3 reps are going to be the difference. But whatever you're used to doing, whether it's really doing well on this side and eating right and working out, or whether it's on this side not working out, being lethargic, being tired, that's what your body is going to, your body and your mind, your spirit, whatever you want to say, I believe that's what we tend to try to stay with. So when you get into a habit, whether it was me this first month back from, I almost said back from being in school, after quitting my job, and I gotten to the point, this is an exciting time for me. It's exhausting, but it's very exciting to have this business that I've developed and to see it exploding and to want to spend every single second of my time nurturing it, and so it's very hard for me to go into my office and not come out. Even though I love working out and my goals are so important to me, it is very hard for me to be in there and go, oh, I said I would do that, and that, and I still haven't done it. And so I stay in there, and then I finish at 9 o'clock at night, and I'm like, oh, I didn't work out. And then because you haven't worked out, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, if you feel the same way, when you haven't worked out in a while, you don't feel it in your body. Like right now, my whole body is feeling it. I have DOMS throughout my whole body. For those of you that are going to ask me, what are DOMS? Delayed onset muscle soreness. And I'm aware of my workout because it felt so good to go yesterday. It always feels so good to go back to hot yoga. I hadn't been to hot yoga in like 10 days. So I'm walking around today, and there's something to be said about it, you guys. When you're working out, you feel better. You stand up straighter. When you start your day off right and you eat the right meal for breakfast, do you or do you not feel like the rest of the day, you're like, I kicked butt at breakfast. I'm going to do it. I had a good breakfast. I'm going to have a good lunch. If you start, for me especially, if I start my day off and I do what I said I was going to do, which is get up and not allow myself to start working, like really working in there until I have done my workout, the rest of the day, it's going to determine my eating habits, whatever, but it's an effort. And I think it's always, this is the number one thing I see about myself, whether it's for the right reasons or the wrong reasons. If I get off track, it's much easier to stay off track. How many people can say that, okay? If you're used to, and a big part of the past 2 years, not this year, the past 2 years of my life when I had been so crazy, I would get so upset about, I haven't reached my goal, I feel so fat, my pants are tight, blah, 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 nobody, everybody must be staring at me. And, I was sick, I had that skin infection all over my neck and my chest and my arms, and I would get in my robe, and I had my sweats on in the house because it was like winter time, and I'd get up one day and I'd look at myself and I'd be all upset, and I thought, it's so beyond my control, and I'm like, I might as well just give up, I might as well just be upset. And I'd sit on my couch. When you do that every day, so if I did that on Monday, and remember I wasn't working, so still looking for a job, and so then the next day I would get up and I was like, still hadn't even put my workout clothes on because I hadn't worked out the day before, and it just perpetuates, it just keeps going. It's very easy to be like, I'll just start on Monday, I need time, I'm so upset. But if you worked out, like I worked out yesterday, felt awesome, I can feel it in my muscles, I'm walking around today, I just went in and took my measurements, I'm on my way again, I'm really on my way again. And the thing is, you guys, I told myself, Danielle was here, and I actually, I had to get rid of those Zone Perfect bars because they're so damn good. But I found myself, my major weakness in eating is late at night. I think all of us are that way. When I've had my calories for the day and I sit down on my couch to watch TV, I will just literally, it's boredom eating, and I will go over here and then I'm like, oh, fudge graham, Zone Perfect bar. Well, it's protein, it's balanced, I'll eat it. And then that's 250, and then you have an apple, that's 75. Those are the things that will keep me at exactly the same weight. I'm in this phase, where my body is, I tend to not gain. I'm staying like exactly the same weight. If I want to move this needle and reach my weight, and I am not going to not do this, I am just so over it. I'm so over the fact that it's 2011. I haven't done it, and my mind's in the right place. It's time to do it. But even when your mind's in the right place, people, sometimes you still have to go, come on, just snap out of it and do what you gotta do. You've gotta like snap yourself out of whatever it is that has prevented you from doing what you need to do? You know, it's that old saying, to get what you've never had, you got to do what you've never done. What have I never done? What have I still not done? Now, granted, this year I was giving myself time to, you know, deal with these psycho-mental issues and psycho-dieting that I told you. I really had to get my mind straight to be in a place where I can, like I've told you, I can say I'm dieting now and be fine with it. Sometimes you have to remove weaknesses for you. Sometimes, you know, if having a bunch of Zone Perfect bars in your thing is going to disrupt you and you tend to not be reasonable about it, then put them in a different place. You know, put them in your car so you have one in your car after your yoga class or whatever. Do whatever you have to do, but adjust accordingly and make it happen. And if you're not journaling or keeping track of what you're doing, measuring yourself, weighing yourself, whatever it is that you do, you will not get there. I mean, you guys, some people will go, oh, you're so fit and you know, you look great on your vlogs. Okay, I'm fine with my upper body, but you guys, I mean, I've got like 3 inches to lose around my waist. 3 inches is what happened when this whole, you know, Aunt Perry came to visit. So it's funny because if you look at me from the side, I'm like, things are looking fine. And then I look at myself from the front and it's just like an extra layer on me. And I have to get rid of it because it's not healthy. It's not about me trying to compete with anybody else. It's about me trying to get to my personal best. And that's what I encourage you guys to do. Get to your personal best. When things aren't working, don't think it's impossible. Be realistic with yourself. Like, look at what you're doing and go, is there really anything? Have I really been doing it? And most often you're going to find, this can be discouraging or encouraging, you're going to find like, oh, I didn't do this. I didn't do this. I can change this. I can change that. Change it, do it, and make it happen. I mean, sometimes it's excessively simple, but it's what works. So this is the thing that I just realized I've talked for 16 minutes and I didn't talk about the 2 things on my counter, so I'll do another vlog. But seriously, this child, oh my God. Can you hear that? Seriously? She just screams. She's not crying, she's just screaming. Excuse me while I go get rid of somebody.